Oh, damn. Oh, Mineta just got twin impacted right in the guts.
Oh, right in the testicles. Ouch, town population, you, bro.
What's up, everybody, and how is it going, my heroes and villains? Welcome back to another live reaction to My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 215, and the title of this week's chapter is Final Stage of the Battle, Midoriya versus Shinso. So it looks like we will be reaching the conclusion of this fifth and final match in this chapter. The joint battle training arc is coming to an end, which means a new arc is just over the horizon. And I'm hyped to see what the next arc is going to be for my hero, but I don't want to focus on that just yet. I still want to know what's going to end up being the result of the joint battle training between Class A and Class B. Who's going to win this final match? Will it be Class A or Class B? And what are the final standings going to be? That is what I'm excited to find out with this chapter. But with last week's chapter, we ended off basically with the start of Deku versus Shinso, and we got a really brief flashback with Shinso training with Aizawa. I'm glad we got that. And then we saw Shinso dropping some pipes on Deku, but Deku calmed his mind and he activated the Black Whip quirk in order to catch those pipes. Now, I know a lot of people were like, how can he activate it so quickly? But you also gotta remember, and I even tweeted about this, that Deku was able to activate One for All with basically no training on how to use it, and he just blew away the 0-point robot back during the entrance exam. So now that he knows he has Black Whip, he can activate it, but I'm still wondering if he still has to do some training in order to master that quirk as a whole. I'm hyped for this chapter. I know you guys are hyped for this chapter, so without further ado, let's dive into chapter 215 and let's see what we get with the conclusion of the fifth and final match. So on the first page, we are opening up to a close-up shot of Deku's face. It looks like he's got his arms to the side, so this must be the moment when he activated the Black Whip quirk. I'm no longer afraid of my power. This power is my ally. The words All Might said to me, the time we spent together at the beach. You can become a hero. I love getting the flashbacks to the early days of My Hero. It just puts a smile on my face. It makes me happy. Seeing all of these shots from the 10 months of training Deku did at that beach, because it just reminds me of how far Deku has come, being a quirkless fanboy, struggling with that 10-month training to where we are now. It's just amazing to see. I love getting to see that growth, and the fact that we went from a quirkless Deku to now a many-quirked Deku is also just a funny thought as well, but it shows just how far we have come. The words All Might said to me, the time we spent together at the beach. Control my heart. And there we see him activating Black Whip, catching one of the falling pipes. My origin.
Watashi no origin.
Simply remembering that is enough to make me feel like I can do anything. Exactly, Deku. Just unleash that primal scream you did at the beach inside of your heart. Have that push you forward and have it give you the confidence to where you feel like you can do anything. I like the fact that this is the stuff he's thinking about as he's activating Black Whip. That is a really nice touch right there. The confidence given to him by All Might, chapter 215. And we're going back to All Might, Aizawa, and Vlad over on the sidelines. That black stuff came out again. Wait. Aizawa's like, why? Something's clearly different from before. He most likely relied on young Uraraka's quirk so that he could focus on his own power. Young Midoriya, what happened in these last few minutes. He had a little conversation with the Hellboy vestige, and it allowed him to give him the motivation to use the Black Whip quirk. So All Might has got a lot to talk about with Deku, which I'm hoping we get by the end of this arc, you know, that conversation that needs to happen. But people are going to be asking so many questions of what was going on with Deku throughout this 5th match. And All Might's not going to be the only one with questions. But yeah, Deku just catches those pipes, and Shinso is just, you know, jumping back. Honestly, what the hell are you? He is a different man than the one you faced back at the sports festival, Shinso. A lot has changed. Oh, okay, good. Shinso is picking up his persona cords, because I noticed last chapter they kind of got knocked off of his body once he began to fight with Midoriya. So I'm glad to see that Shinso realized that and he's picking them back up. Was that rampage a few minutes ago just a bluff? I wish I could take back my feelings. So he kind of feels like he's been lied to right now. He thinks that Deku has full control over the Black Whip quirk, even though he doesn't know that Deku has multiple quirks right now. But he feels like the rampage before was just a ruse for Class B to let their guard down. And that explains why he said before, what the hell are you? But judging by Deku right here, it looks like he's kind of shocked. And no, he does not have full control. He looks like he's in pain. The Black Whip quirk is receding, going back into his arms, and it looks like just a bolt of electricity of pain is coursing through Deku. Yeah, he's hurting right now. And Aizawa and All Might are looking on at this. They vanished. And Bakugo, I really want to know what Bakugo is thinking right now and what he's going to say to Deku once this match is over, because you know Bakugo and All Might are going to be sitting down with Deku and asking some questions. And I think everyone else is going to have a lot of questions to ask Deku. But yeah, Deku is in pain. Ouch! They disappeared in an instant. And I've got this tingling pain inside my body.
Why is this happening to me?
So there is a disadvantage. Deku's going to have a hard time using Black Whip. It's been drastically strengthened compared to when I was using it. My body isn't keeping up with my enhanced quirk. This isn't a power I can use at 20% maximum output. I can tell by this sensation. He has a disadvantage to using Black Whip, so in order to use it, he still has to strengthen and get a higher percentage of One For All under control. This power is meant to be used in the future when I become able to handle One For All completely. Exactly. Only then will I finally be able to use it. And that is a really nice shot of Deku standing back up. The way that his arm, the sleeve is just ripped off from when the power went out of control. And Shinso is just getting ready to web sling away. He's ready to Spider-Man it out of there. Shinso's running away. But even so, Air Force is still unstable. I'd be afraid of another uncontrolled discharge. 8%. So he's not using the full 20%. He's bringing it down to a manageable level of 8%. And he's going to be chasing after him. And there's our Spider-Man just web slinging through the environment. That's a really cool, dope shot. It just reminds me of Spider-Man with Shinso right there.
Can you swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man.
There's no way he'll get caught by my brainwashing in this situation. I need to keep my distance. Sorry, Monoma. Recently, it seems he'd added long-distance attacks to his arsenal. If we show even the slightest opening, it'll be a repeat of the last match. He'll break right through us. So it's decided then. Midoriya will be our top priority. Either way, we need to stop him from roaming free or we'll have no chance. Reminding us of what Class B's game plan was going into this match, but Shinso's like, sorry, Monoma, we could not take Deku out, and I need to fall back. I need to regroup with everyone else from Class B. I'm counting on you, Shinso. He couldn't count on him. You managed to create an opening for me, and yet I won't let things end like this. That's a dope shot of Shinso right there. I like that. But Ochaco looks fierce in this panel.
She got that body language when she strut stuff. She a bad girl, and I can't get enough.
As she's knocking away one of the pipes, I guess our poltergeist girl Yanagi threw at Ochaco. She is running while floating Monoma behind her, wrapped up in capture tape. That is hilarious. Poltergeist isn't hitting her, huh? It's been almost 5 minutes since the battle began, and your copies only last for 5 minutes, Monoma. But what if I was just pretending it's 5 minutes, and I've actually extended that limit to 10? That is a good point, because everyone has strengthened their quirks in a way, so I'm wondering if Monoma was actually able to extend his time limits from 5 to 10. Because if he did, that'd be very useful for him. If I were to suddenly assault you, do you think you could beat me on your own? And she's just like, yeah, I would take you. But she's not speaking to him. Does she think that he copied Shinso's quirk? She's still wary of Shinso's brainwashing. Exactly. She didn't say anything because Monoma was asking her a question and she did not want to get caught off guard. She doesn't know what quirks Monoma copied. That's really smart, Ochaco.
Clever girl.
She's still wary of Shinso's brainwashing. Well, aren't you a sharp one? By the way, do you know how many quirks I can copy at once? Without even talking, just holds up 3 fingers. And then we have a shot of his watches. He has 3 watches on his belt, so he must press those stopwatches whenever he copies a quirk so he knows when the time limit is up. I've always wondered if that was the case, but I think that just confirmed that. I've confirmed Yanagi's poltergeist and Kodai's size. Strategically speaking, the last one would be Shinso's. 3, huh? Ha ha ha. So you think that because I've got 3 watches, I can only make 3 copies? Ha ha. I think that basically confirms it. Him laughing like that basically is telling us, like, yeah, that's why I have 3 watches on my belt. And Ochaco is brought into the prison. Monoma is the first one to get locked up in the cute Principal Nezu prison. Well then, if I was simply pretending it was 3, but I've become able to copy 4, then what would you do?
Now you have my attention.
Monoma, stop teasing us right now with what could possibly strengthen your abilities. Because I'm kind of hoping that is the case, that he was able to strengthen his copy quirk, because if he didn't, that would just kind of suck. There are many different quirks I can copy, although I can't activate multiple quirks at once. Only All for One can do that, and apparently One for All now. There are quirks with lasting effects, and other than the ones that directly affect the human body, they tend to remain. For example, take Kodai's size. Once I make the nut bigger...
Phrasing.
Once I make the nut bigger, even if I activate another quirk, the nut will remain enlarged.
Hey, phrasing!
Phrasing there, Monoma. Phrasing. Ochaco just throwing his ass in jail. Ha 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 ha. Still don't get it. If I said fire, would that ring a bell? And just clang, slamming the jail cells shut. This is the supporting character's final act of desperation. Wow, he's referring to himself as a supporting character. These past few chapters have made me love Monoma even more than I already did. And Ochaco is wasting no time after throwing Monoma's ass in jail. She is rushing right back in to help the rest of her team. Right now, she is just firing on all cylinders. She is on top of her game. Did he do something to Deku? But even so, I need you to do me a favor, Uraraka. So she was thinking of something, but then thought back to what Deku said last chapter. But now we are cutting over to Shinso as he is Spider-Manning through the environment. If I try and fight him head on, I can't win. In that case, I'll bring this battle to my specialty. And we have Rin and Shishida down here about to give some side commentary. Shinso's heading for the other three's location. He wants to drag Midoriya into their battle. The pressure exerted by Shinso in a melee battle constricts on his enemies like chains.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Oh, Deku is gaining on Shinso, and he's only using 8%. Shinso, he's gonna catch up to you. He just turns around. He's like, he's catching up fast. Can't even complete the sentence. I think Deku just caught up to him. He couldn't even complete the sentence in his head fast enough, and Deku was on top of him. Whoa, wait a minute.
Right in the kitchen.
Something just hit Deku. Something just hit Deku hard in the face. His nose is bleeding. Is he knocked out? Because his eyes are just completely white. Twin impact. At any point where there is an impact, it will trigger a second, even stronger impact. Monoma. He activated twin impact. That was the third quirk he had. He activated it while imprisoned to attack Deku. Back then, he activated Shota's quirk in that instant. When he swiped at Deku, that contact right there, he amplified that. He activated Twin Impact, and then Deku just got hit with a surprise attack. My apologies for being captured first, Shinso. I do hope this created an opening for you. That's awesome. That is a really cool way to use your quirk even when you are thrown out of the battle. Oh, damn. Oh, Mineta just got twin impacted right in the guts.
Oh, right in the testicles. Ouch town population, you, bro.
First Deku, now Mineta. Mineta took it hard in the chest, hard in the stomach. He basically got double teamed in a way. He got twin impacted. You'd think he would enjoy getting twin impacted, but it's not the type of twin action Mineta would be expecting. Oh, that's gotta hurt, Mineta. That's gotta hurt. And Ashido is off to the side. It's like, Mineta, now that I've grown accustomed to your movements, capturing you is simple. People call me a master of dexterity. All right, now that we've captured one, the rest will be easy. And we have Poltergeist Yanagi throwing everything she has at Ashido. But Ashido, that face right there, that's not the face of someone that looks like they're gonna go down easy. That looks like a face full of determination. Let's go, Ashido. Prove them wrong. I wanna see you do something awesome. Kirishima, Ashido's in trouble. I see what you're doing there, Horikoshi. I see what you're doing there. Ever since we had Kirishima's flashback, we've known the connection between Kirishima and Ashido. I see what you're doing there. So, more Class B members. Toguru, Hinoko, and Bando. Shinso did a good job keeping his distance. They could actually do it. A comeback. But that face on Deku. That face. Class B is done. I don't think Class B can win. Not when Deku has that face on right now. That is the face of Mad Man Deku. And it honestly reminds me of the same exact face Deku made when Shinso punched him during their fight at the sports festival.
Say something, damn it!
I can't lose this. I'll do it for them.
His nose was bloody. He had the same look in his eyes, that determination to not give up, to win no matter what. And Shinso's looking back. He's like, oh shit. And Deku recovered very quickly after that twin impact hit. Bounces off of the environment. It looks like he's corkscrewing as he's jumping towards Shinso. Don't forget, keep it in your heart, your origin. And Shinso throws the scarf towards Deku. Deku grabs it midair, and he's pulling it towards him. Shinso's done. Shinso has nothing in his arsenal combat-wise to where he could protect himself from an 8% one-for-all full cowling Deku. I think Shinso's done for. Ochaco!
Happy feet. Wombo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco.
Ochaco is putting in work. She's MVP right here. She snuck up behind Yanagi, judo chopped her, kendo chopped her in the back of the neck, knocking her out. Kodai screams Reiko's name, Yanagi's name, and then Ochaco sticks Kodai to Mineta's balls on the pillar, on the pipe right next to her. Ochaco subdued or captured 3 members out of the 5 on Class B's team. Ochaco for MVP, match number 5, confirmed. Damn, Ochaco, you were impressive this match. I'll get close to Shinso, Uraraka. You take care of Monoma. When you're done, go help the other 2, and don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Having that trust in Deku, knowing that he can take care of Shinso, go help the rest of the team. And she did that without hesitation. I love it. And now Shoda's just shocked. He's like, Kodai, you're not... And he got cut off. What just happened to Shoda as he's holding the little Mineta? Ashido coming in with an uppercut. She just Aoyama'd Shoda right here.
For my finishing move, uppercut!
Shuryuken! She just Street Fightered Shoda. Coming up out of nowhere, sneak attack uppercut to knock Shoda out. And then, the next panel over, Deku just slamming Shinso down to the ground. I'll definitely win. Damn, those are some nice shots right there. And that's the end of the chapter. His trust in his predecessors and confidence in his friends drew out this victory. Class A won the last match. Damn, there's some good stuff that went down this chapter. Deku still having trouble controlling Black Whip, which I'm glad that we got that, so it goes to show that Deku's gonna have to put in a lot more work. He's gotta master One for All, and then try to master the rest of the quirks. I'm glad we got that. Ochaco has just been phenomenal this entire match. MVP for sure, but even though Class B lost, they still did a phenomenal job. I think they held their own very well up against Ashido and Mineta, and I loved getting to see what they did, and I am really glad that everyone got their moment to shine. But yeah, that's it. The 5th and final match is done, so I think now we can update the standings. Class A has defeated Class B in this last final match, and now the overall standings is now to where Class A has won 3 of the matches, Class B won 1 of the matches, and then we had a tie between the 2. So 3, 1, and 1. That is the end result of the joint battle training arc between Class A and Class B. And now we're going to get the wrap up next chapter. I hope people start asking questions, because after coming off this match, people have to be wondering what is going on with Deku's quirk. And I'm hoping we get something between Deku, Bakugo, and All Might. Whether or not Eraser's going to ask questions. Next chapter is going to be really interesting to see where we end up going, because it will basically let us know if anyone finds out about Deku's secret, and maybe let us know what the next arc is going to be. And I cannot wait to see what the next arc has in store for us. So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 215 of My Hero Academia. But now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on this latest chapter. What do you guys think of the end result being Class A coming out on top against Class B in this 5th and final match? And your overall thoughts with the overall standing of Class A having 3 wins, Class B having 1 win, and then a tie between the 2. And also, who do you think is deserving of MVP for this 5th and final match? Ochaco. Sorry guys, I had an Ochaco stuck in my throat. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you guys want to talk more about My Hero Academia, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and there's also a bell icon, so if you guys want to be alerted when my reactions go up, that is the best way to do so. And if you guys want to talk more about My Hero outside of YouTube, feel free to follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can be found in the description down below. But that's going to do it for me here, guys. So until next week, when we have chapter 216 and the resolution of the joint battle training arc, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, go beyond plus ultra.